Come with us where the corn is popped and the throwback Thursdays never stop. It's a magical land not far away. All you have to do is just press play.
So
hop on the couch and close your eyes. Gonna party like it's 99. Join us, watch the movies of our lives with Blockbuster Wives.
Welcome to Blockbuster Wives, where your two favorite 90s babies talk about movies from the era of a certain blue and yellow video rental store. I'm your host with the most late fees, Shea baby.
And this is Stacy, not always kind, but I always rewind. And you're listening to
Blockbuster Wives.
Oh my gosh, we made it past the 10 episode threshold. Right?
Oh my god. Wait, so is this one the 11th?
This is 11.
Happy 11th episode, BBW, baby.
Well, I always say the true test of whether a podcast is going to last is if they make it through 10 episodes.
Ooh.
A lot of podcasts don't make it that far.
Do you remember how many our last podcast had?
I think Banana Hands had like 16.
Aw, good for us. But you know what? I have a feeling we're going to make it way past that with this one.
Mm-hmm. And that had a live show, which we have to do for you babies one day.
Yeah, we'll absolutely have to do one live. It's a whole different vibe, experience, you know.
Yeah, and Shea and I, you know, we have extensive experience having done it one time.
That is we're official experts on live shows because of our one show. I feel like that's all we needed to do, but I would love to do another one.
I think we should. And can you believe that this will be coming out about 1 week before Shrek Fest?
Oh my god. Pew, pew, pew.
Thank you all again for helping make this a reality.
You guys, I've never wanted to thank people more for making dreams come true.
Miracles happen once in a while when you have friends who donate on GoFundMe. That's y'all.
Is this how Justin Bieber felt when Usher discovered him?
It must be. Exactly the same.
I don't know why that's the first thing that came to mind.
And who are we going to discover at Shrek Fest?
I'm not even like a big believer or Usher. I mean, I love Usher, but like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know why that was the first thing that came to mind. Anyway.
Inspiration.
But yeah, thank you guys so much for allowing us to go to Shrek Fest. We are so excited and we will not let you down.
And we're going so soon. So if you have like anything specific you want us to ask people or ideas or comments, questions or what have you, you can hit us up at blockbusterwives@gmail.com.
Always blockbusterwives@gmail.com. You could also add us on Instagram at blockbusterwives.
Again, we don't have a Twitter. We probably never will.
No, we're never going to get one of those. Or a
Not
Snapchat.
No.
Or, well, actually, maybe a TikTok, perhaps.
You know, I think we need to.
Yeah, I think we probably should. Okay, for Shrek Fest, we'll create one.
We'll fucking do it.
We will for you.
Anyway,
Anyways.
your please.
Wait, what did you say?
I said we hear your please. Every day. God, you wore us down.
Day. We know you want us to do those little TikTok dances those 19-year-olds are doing. Or actually probably younger than that. I don't know.
The little babies.
Little BBs. I make sure on my TikTok that I'm like 25 and older.
I don't do that?
Like, you can write it in your like bio, like, please do not add me or watch my shit unless you're this old.
Gotcha. I thought you could like filter out by like age of content producers, which could be cool. Also could be used as an investigation.
Yeah. So maybe actually it would be a good thing to do.
They be
hear
telling
us,
on
FBI?
themselves.
Let us know if you use our fucking ideas. You're welcome.
Yeah. So how's your week been?
It's been pretty good. What about yours?
You know, I had a great day today because I went to Panda Express and I hit the Rangoon jackpot.
Wait, what do you mean jackpot?
Did you say Rangoon? Rangoon? Is this a word?
Yeah.
Am I saying it right though?
Rangoon, yeah.
Rangoon?
I mean, I don't natively speak Chinese, but
Neither do I. When I say it, it sounds like I'm saying it wrong, but maybe I'm not.
crab Rangoon. It's a weird word to say because there's an N and then an immediate N after another. So Rangoon.
Rangoon. Well, I had a Rangoon bonanza because I was getting my food. As you all know, Panda Express sells Rangoons in sets of 3. And there's only 2 left. And I was like, just give me the 2. I'll come back later for the 3rd.
Yeah.
No rush. And so I sit down, the lady waves me over, gives me another Rangoon, the 3rd Rangoon, and I'm like sick. I sit down, I realize I don't have the Rangoon sauce.
Oh,
It's a problem.
yeah.
So I go back up and I ask the cashier, not the original girl who gave me the Rangoons. I asked the cashier, I'm like, hey, can I have some of the Rangoon sauce? And she goes, sure. And then she goes and she gets a sleeve and she starts putting Rangoons in it. And the other lady's like, I already gave her the Rangoons. And the cashier just goes, okay. continues putting the Rangoons into the sleeve, then puts sauce into the sleeve, and then just hands it to me.
That's a comrade.
And I'm like, sick.
She is on our side, baby. She's on the right side of
Her
history.
coworker tried to stop her, and she was like, oh, well.
You know what? If she got fired that day, it'd be for the best reason ever.
So I got 6 Rangoons for the price of 3.
That is the best news I've heard for a while.
I'm still riding on that high.
I needed to hear that today.
Yeah, there is still good in this world.
Oh, speaking of food, I have been cooking a lot. I made homemade pasta, like homemade noodles.
Excuse me?
Yeah.
Okay, Miss, I'm trying to think of a chef, and I can't. Miss Rachel Ray. She's hella Italian,
She's
right?
the fucking whitest bitch. I don't know if she might be Italian. I don't know.
I do love that when Jay-Z and Beyonce were, like airing out their affair.
Yes.
And it was, what was the actual lady's name? Rachel Roy.
Rachel Roy.
But people mistakenly thought it was Rachel
They're
Ray
like,
and were
"Fuck
like
you, chef,
tweeting her
you
and getting in her
dumb bitch."
DMs, be like, go die. And she's like, what the fuck?
Oh yeah, I think I saw she like posted on Instagram or Twitter or something like, please don't think it's literally not me. Like she had to make an entire post about it. Hilarious.
And BuzzFeed had such a great troll where they created a quiz and it was, are you Rachel Ray or are you Rachel Roy?
Oh
and
my
the
God.
questions were like, it's Saturday night, what are you doing? And one was like, creating a butternut squash recipe. And the other was like, fucking Jay-Z. It was amazing.
Wait, what? I want to take this quiz.
The questions probably weren't that good, but they were in that that vibe.
We'd be great at writing quizzes. I
Yeah.
think we'd fucking nail it.
BuzzFeed, I would accept a 6-figure salary at your establishment.
Yeah, move me out to LA, get us a studio for the podcast, and we'll create quizzes all day, every day. And that's all we ever need to do. And order Panda Express.
Exactly. So the ball is in your court.
I really want orange chicken now. That's my order. Orange chicken, chow mein.
You could get it tonight.
Well, sometimes they close like earlier. But wait, it's a Friday.
It's Friday night and the orange
Orange
chicken's right.
That's our next single, everybody. But anyway.
I guess we should get to the movie.
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do
Alright.
it. I am up for corporate bullshit.
Yeah. Oh, and let's just introduce the movie real quick.
Oh, yeah.
It's maybe one of the most iconic quotable movies in our generation, like of our time, BBWs. The one, the only, Mean Girls.
I think it is the most quoted movie for our generation.
It probably is.
It's got to be. Every line, I'm like, yep, there's another one.
Yeah. Every, like, you go Glen Coco, I was like, we can get to that in a second, but yeah, wild.
Yeah, so I'll give a little summary before
Please
I do
do.
corporate bullshit.
Yeah.
So the movie centers on Katie/Caddy, who is homeschooled for most of her life in Africa, but then when she turns like 16, she moves to the States and she starts going to a public high school. And so she's going through high school for the first time and she's like learning all the social norms, and she is convinced by one of the cool new kids she meets to infiltrate the super popular girls known as the Plastics.
Ooh.
So she like goes undercover and all hell breaks loose. And it's great.
That's a fucking awesome intro. Every time you do the intro, you kill it.
Oh, thank you.
I feel like I trail off. I'm like, and then there's a 9er in there, a couple 20s. No, such a good movie. Do you remember seeing it in theaters?
I don't remember seeing it in theaters. I don't know if I saw it in theaters.
Oh,
I didn't
okay.
see it when everybody else saw it because we were actually pretty young.
Yeah. Were we in 7th grade?
We were not yet. I was not yet. No, we weren't 13 yet. So we were 12.
Yeah.
And I think we were in 7th or 8th grade.
Yeah.
But I remember other girls talking about it, and it was like PG-13, and it was like a little like risque, and that's what everyone was talking about. But I think I saw it for the first time like on DVD or something.
Dang. I remember seeing it in theaters with, I guess I won't name names, but Nicole. Yeah. Which
mean
was
girl.
random because at that time we weren't really like, we were like really good friends in elementary school, but we weren't in middle school. And for some reason we decided to go to it together. But I know if we were like fully best friends at that time, we all would have gone together for sure.
And I do feel like most people saw it in theaters. I just, for whatever reason, didn't. I'm not sure why. I feel like I was a little late.
Yeah.
Like by the time I saw it, it was like already like legendary.
Oh, okay.
I didn't get to experience the before.
You probably got into it only like a couple months after it came out or something, but by then it had already
felt like
hardcore
forever,
blown up. Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Time moves differently when you're a teenager.
True dat.
All right, so I'm gonna rattle off some corporate bullshit
Ooh, I can't
about
wait to
Mean
hear it.
Girls.
Baby.
Came out April 19th, 2004.
Nice.
Springtime movie.
Yeah.
I would have
wouldn't
thought
that.
summer.
I would have thought it was like fall, like early fall. I don't know. I guess school.
Back to school, which is why we're doing it for this theme.
Yay.
It is 97 minutes long. Such a good length.
Yep. So perfect.
So, you know, sometimes when you look online, it'll say it's based on a book. That, I mean, it is true, but like very loosely. It was based on a book called Queen Bees and Wannabes, which was more of like a self-help guide for young girls.
Ooh.
So it didn't have any of these characters. It didn't have like a plot line. It was just, I think it was like a psychologist talking about like, you're going to go into high school. Girls are going to be really bitchy. Like, here's how to navigate them and not take it personally and not turn into a huge bitch.
Oh, that's kind of cool. I'd like to read that now.
So I think I might be making this up because Tina Fey wrote the screenplay.
Yeah.
And I want to say that I read somewhere that she read the book and like found it fascinating, or like somebody brought it to her attention. And so she wrote the screenplay.
Right.
Like exploring the themes of the book, but in a narrative structure.
That's really cool.
Yeah. The budget was $17 million.
Okay. Ooh. Okay.
Probably a lot of that went to Lindsay Lohan.
Yeah.
Because she was pretty established at this time.
Yeah, she was. She had already done Freaky Friday.
And The Parent Trap.
And then all those like other little sexy movies that she did.
Well, she was only 17 in this.
Yeah, like Herbie. I meant like in a joking way, like Herbie Fully Loaded and like those other little ones.
I think Herbie Fully Loaded came after.
Really?
I think so.
Oh, never mind.
Yep. She was already fully loaded with money.
Yeah, true that.
So yeah, $17 million budget, boxed $130 million.
When the budget was 17 mil?
Yeah. So this was a fucking wild success.
Fucking wow.
It was directed by Mark Waters, who has directed a bunch of shit that I did not write down. Does anything come to mind?
No, but I did read somewhere that his brother was, I think, one of the screenwriters for Heathers, the 80s teen movie.
Okay, so you have a teen movie connection.
Yep.
It was produced by Lorne Michaels, who I know you know.
Hell yeah, baby.
SNL zaddy.
SNL, he really is the SNL, like, mob boss, basically.
Do you know if he started SNL or he's just been the showrunner for so long?
I don't know if he started. I feel like he's just been there for so, like, I actually don't know. That's a great question. I don't know much about Lorne. I've heard many of an impression of him, and I know that he's like the king of SNL, but
yeah, it seems like he has a lot of control over it.
Yeah.
Like I get the sense that he says what skits go, which don't. Like you kind of have to please him if you want to be on TV.
Yeah, like on a throne with a fucking crown. Yeah, that's what it seems like to me.
As I said, Tina Fey wrote the screenplay. She also stars in it as one of the teachers. The other co-stars are Lindsay Lohan, Rachel McAdams, Amanda Seyfried, and Lacey Chabert. Chabert? Don't know how you say that.
Chabert?
But they're the mean girls. They're the 4-pack. It's got an 84% on Rotten Tomatoes. Ebert only gave it 3 stars.
Really?
He doesn't say anything negative about it in the review.
Okay.
Like he gives a good review, but ultimately it's only a 3-star for Mr. Roger.
I fully disagree, obviously.
Respectfully. Go fuck yourself.
Homeboy. I happen to disagree.
Maybe you just couldn't relate.
Yeah, I'm sure he couldn't.
Yeah, it would be hard to.
Yeah.
So what's funny, and I feel like this is a testament to the movie, is I recently watched it, but not even for the podcast, because I was at a bachelorette party.
Oh.
And it was the end of the day. Everything was winding down. We had done all of our activities, and we're trying to find a movie to put on.
Yeah.
And of course, Mean Girls is always a crowd pleaser.
Oh, everybody loves.
Any group of girls is usually pretty down to watch Mean Girls.
Yeah, I would say like in the 99% time.
And it's like, it's always so good. It always delivers. Not too long. Has a nice pace. So many iconic
the fashion
lines.
is good. The music's good. It's hilarious, but it's also, it touches, I think, a little piece in all of us for sure.
Yeah, and I think it really, for us in particular, I feel like it prepared us for the high school that we went to.
I think you are so fucking right.
Like, I feel like I'd be completely out of my element if I didn't have this movie to be like, okay, this is like happens.
Yeah, and this is like how high school could for sure be.
Yeah, and it was. Because we went to school with some rich ass bitches who had like quote unquote cool moms.
Yeah, and who like drove those fucking sports cars
and like dressed in lingerie, and you're like, what?
And heels like every day to fucking school. Like, dude, question mark? I don't understand.
Shea and I went to school with hella bitches who would go to school in brand new Mustangs, wearing designer clothes, with designer bags, makeup fully done, hair fully done, looking like they were 35 years old. It's bizarre.
Yeah. And I would go as far to say, like, they acted a lot like the Mean Girls did. Like, I hate to fucking say it, but, like, I interacted with a lot of them, and I've tried to never be, like, you know, a hater on other girls. But, yo, it was wild. It really was like a teen movie.
It
like,
really was.
Genuinely was.
And I wonder if people in other parts of the country watch the movie and they're like, oh, that's not realistic, or like high school wasn't like that. It hella was for us.
It was, and it wasn't just like a group of 4 girls. It was like a shit ton of
felt
people.
like most of them.
Yeah, we definitely, I mean, I don't know where it ranks, but we're definitely like maybe one of the top 3 to 5 like the richest high schools in Nevada, maybe.
Yeah, and like when Katie goes to Regina George's house and she's like, oh my God, your house is so nice. And it's like a mansion. Like, there were so many houses like that.
I wrote that in my notes.
Really?
I wrote,
You're like, I've been to this fucking house before.
Okay, we can edit that out. But every like princess from our high school, their house looked exactly like that.
And they had that mom in that sweatsuit with her little dog being like, you want alcohol? Let's fucking
I would
party.
rather you do it in the house.
Yes.
Yeah, I knew a lot of people like that. I didn't hang out with a lot of people like that, but I knew a lot of people like that.
Yeah, I feel like we weren't really like besties with anybody like that, but we would occasionally fall into their orbits.
I feel like you more so than me.
I ended up at a lot of mansions where I'm like, I don't belong
Yeah.
here. Like, I don't live in a gated community, which was a like anomaly at this place.
Oh yeah. I mean, I just couldn't relate to a lot of people we went to school with because they all were like, just like get money from your parents and let's just like go to California. And I'm like, what do you mean get money from my fucking parents? They don't even give me $5 for lunch, bro. Like, that does not happen.
It was like Laguna Beach where they're like, we're going to Cabo for spring break. And I'm like, you're 15.
Literally. No, Laguna Beach and The Hills were out when we were in high school. And both of those shows reminded me of people we literally knew. Like, they were just like that. I don't know if it's a West Coast thing or a lot of people came from California. I don't fucking know.
I think it's a rich people thing. Because I don't know where Mean Girls is set, but I feel like it's maybe supposed to be East Coast.
It is. I think it's supposed to be in Illinois somewhere.
Okay. Yeah, so it's not like a West Coast movie, and there's a lot of overlap between the rich people at our school. I think it's just a rich kid thing.
Yeah, I think you're right. It's just wild. Like, you and I... I feel like at least you could have like pretended that you were in those circles and you would have been okay. But for me, I was just like this like chubby, like very cute little gay kid unknowingly just like chilling in these spaces.
Unwittingly
and, like,
gay.
Like very obvious that I don't belong there.
Well, and being in band. Like, it reminds me of when Damien's like, you can't join the mathletes, it's social suicide. Like, I feel like people are like, you can't join band, it's social suicide.
Oh, especially because it was marching band. Shout out to all you marching band.
Like we talked about before.
Yeah. Luckily, though, I feel like because I wasn't so out of touch with, like, outside of band reality. Because I feel like a lot of band kids were, like, their entire orbit, their entire world was inside band. Like, all of their friends, the only teachers they talked to, you know, the only social circles they interacted with. Luckily, I was in other clubs and I was best friends with you. So I feel like I had, I don't know, a shot into reality as opposed to just living in my little band shell,
bubble.
You know?
But I think part of that band bubble is for protection.
You're right.
People can't be mean to you if you're always in the band bubble.
You know what? People outside of band couldn't hurt you. People inside band.
You're like, inside the bubble is more dangerous than ever.
It is. The call is coming from inside the house. Yeah. But no, it was, I just feel like at least you could have, you did hang out in some of those circles and you were like, I'm the cool one that's not part of the drama, but like, I still like at least look like I could belong here.
Yeah, and if you all saw my house, you'd be like, oh.
Stop.
And it was so far away. Shay and I lived very far away from our high school. I don't know how we ended up zoned for there, but it was like a full 15-minute long drive, which I feel like is not supposed to be how it is.
I wasn't zoned. We lied about our address because we needed to be in band.
We needed to be in band.
According to my parents, yes, we
that
did.
band in particular.
Yeah, because we were zoned for another band that just, I guess, like, quote unquote, wasn't good. And my mom was like, we're not having that.
Did she think you were going to be a career flautist?
I always told her, I hate this. Like, I'm only doing it because it's like the other parts of it are fun. But I hate playing flute, so I don't think so.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like Shay and I were in middle school band together, and like it was fun while it lasted. But when they were like, "Oh, if you want to continue playing the clarinet, you now have to march and like be," I'm like, "No, I didn't sign up for this."
And I did, baby.
Like, why can't I just play it for the fucking love of the game?
I know. Half the year was like that, at least. Like, it wasn't marching band all year, thank God. But yeah, no, it was definitely a big part of it. Yeah, it was. You had to like fully fucking commit. It was like a part-time job, for real.
/cult.
/cult, yeah.
And band leaders can be very enigmatic cult leaders.
You mean like the teachers? Or
yeah.
Okay.
The people directing. They're literally like directing a shit ton of people.
Yeah.
Like
I
with
thought
a
you were also
baton.
talking about drum majors who are students.
Oh, and they command a lot of power?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, because
interesting.
they're the ones who are directing us. They're the ones that are standing up on a podium, and they have like a shit ton of responsibility. They're like our captains or some shit. That's
Did you
why.
ever see them get drunk on the power?
Oh yeah.
Would they get like abusive or just like egos?
They would just I mean they acted like they were part of the fucking regime, and I'm like, chill, bro. We're
You're
playing.
a student. No one's paying you.
Yeah,
Relax.
no one gives a fuck. But like, it's not even their fault, because when children are put in positions of power and then they see the person they're supposed to look up to, aka my band director in high school, who was way too much and also not enough at the same time. Like, if they're looking at her thinking, okay, this is the person I need to look up to and who I need to emulate, like, nah, drunk off the power, wild.
Yeah, I mean, it's like all those experiments. This is also a scary part of the human condition. But it's like any experiment where people are like given power over somebody or like authority tells them to do something, it's always bad.
Especially children.
Yeah, like Stanford prison experiment. They had to cancel that shit. The Milgram experiment, where they were like shocking people.
Oh, I don't know about this
Oh
one.
yeah, look that shit up, everybody. The Milgram. I think it's called Milgram experiment.
Okay.
Yeah, they think that they're giving people like increasingly high level of shocks that they can't see, who's like on the other side of the wall or something. And they go so far as to make these people believe that they are shocking them to death. And all the person says in the room is, the experiment requires you to continue. And these people would keep shocking these people. Because they're like, well, the experiment says I have to.
Oh my God.
And then one more example. There was these like, this is a horrible story. There was a scammer or a series of scammers who were targeting fast food managers and getting them over the phone to like harass their employees, like strip search them, like confine them for hours.
What?
Yeah.
And people did it?
And people believed it because they said they were a cop and they were investigating a crime and that this person had committed a crime. So it's like, then you have the double whammy of like an authority figure is telling you to do something and you've now been told this person is a criminal, so you can dehumanize them.
That is fucking
Pretty
gross.
crazy.
And you know, I mean, that's how it kind of, even as a child, I think I've said this like 3,000 times in the podcast, but like, I really never respected authority, for real. So like, especially when it's literal other children that I know, and like yesterday we were like sharing a Capri Sun, and today they're on top of a podium being like, you need to do laps. I'd be like, go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
Go fuck yourself.
I don't think I will.
No, I straight up, and they knew at a certain point to not ask me to do shit, and that I would always argue with them. And if they said anything to anyone around me, I would argue with them, because you have no authority over me, bro.
Hell
what the fuck is wrong with you?
Mm-hmm.
Anyways,
But yeah, bringing it back to Mean Girls, it's like, yeah, Regina has the power, and they all just fucking listen to her.
Yes,
Especially
status
Gretchen.
quo.
Gretchen will like do anything that bitch tells her to do.
Who's also Liza Thornberry.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Oh my God, I did not know that.
Hell yeah. She's a very, once you hear her voice again, you're gonna be like, oh yeah,
Okay.
makes sense.
Even now picturing it, I'm like, interesting, interesting.
Yep. And I guess like a lot of them were supposed to be like swapped roles. Like Amanda Seyfried actually auditioned for Regina. Rachel McAdams and Lindsay Lohan wanted the opposite roles. But Paramount Pictures, who produced Mean Girls, actually told her, you can't be the mean girl because you just did Freaky Friday and you were such a hit as like the
nice girl,
that you need to be the nice girl again. Like, we need to keep this momentum
getting
going.
typecast.
Yeah, but I think it was perfectly cast, of course.
Yeah, I read that thing about Amanda Seyfried too, and I forget if it was the casting director or just the regular director was saying like it was actually a very haunting performance, and she was actually like scary.
Yeah,
like too scary.
Like it was too evil.
Yeah, like you are a witch, maybe.
She's gorgeous.
Yeah, she is. She has the iconic line of, "If you're from Africa, why are you white?"
Oh my God, Karen, you can't just ask people why they're white.
I'm like, good point, Gretchen.
Yeah, like, yeah.
Gretchen's right.
Shouts
Gretchen
out.
does speak a lot of truth. Like when she's talking to Karen at the party and she's like, "He's your cousin." He's my first cousin.
Yeah, but he's my first cousin.
He's like, yeah.
She's like, no, honey, that is so not right.
Yeah, Gretchen is willing to speak truth, just not to Regina.
Or like the Caesar thing, how she's like,
Yes.
wait, Brutus is just as cute as Caesar.
Brutus is just as nice as Caesar.
We should all just stab Caesar. I'm like, yes. Anyway.
And she's such a good actress, like when she's tearing up in the bathroom telling Katie about like how mean Regina is, and she's got like the eyes brimming with tears, but they don't fall. Like I was like, this is brilliant.
It's really, really great. They all did such a fucking good job. Who's your favorite character in the whole movie?
See, this time watching it was Gretchen.
Yeah.
I was like, she's really bringing it.
Yeah.
I mean, they're all good. Kevin Napor.
I was just gonna say.
I mean, you just can't say, he has so many funny lines.
I was watching it last night, to prepare for this evening. And I literally thought to myself, okay, Kevin G is literally the coolest from top to bottom. Like, there's never a wavering moment where you're like, wait, is he like chill and fucking cool and hot? Like, he's always fucking cool.
When he goes, "I'm sorry, I usually only date women of color."
That was the first time I ever heard the term people of color.
Too.
Ever.
And did you hear he's out now?
No.
Yeah, so
I think two of them are out that we didn't know about.
Three? Okay, so this was in like a Pride.com article. It was like, yes, all the Mean Girls guys are out. So Damien,
yeah,
like he wasn't coming to terms with his sexuality at the time the movie came out.
Got it. Okay.
So at that time, he was telling people like, "No, I'm just playing this guy. I'm straight."
Got it.
And then later he was like, "No."
Yeah. Okay.
And then Aaron Samuels came out more recently, and then Kevin Napor as well.
I didn't know about Kevin G. However, recently I saw him on like maybe an Architectural Digest or some shit like that.
Love that show.
He lives in like a small apartment in New York, but like he was talking about like all the different artifacts he collects, and he takes like all these like cool classes and blah blah blah. And I'm like, Kevin G, you're just the fucking man, like always.
Oh, this was Kevin G or Aaron Samuels?
Kevin G.
Oh, well, with this making $130 million, I hope they all got like a nice little slice.
Me too. They all deserved it. They all fucking deserved it. And I have no idea how big this budget was, but have you ever seen the Thank You Next music video?
Yes.
Yeah. So if you guys haven't seen it, she like recreates 3 of the most iconic like 2000s movies. And one of them was Mean Girls. And she got a bunch of people back from the actual movie to do this music video, which is so lit. If you haven't seen it, highly recommend.
Yeah, it's Legally Blonde, Mean Girls, and
13 Going on 30.
13 Going on 30.
Which are maybe the 3 most important, like, women-centered films from our generation.
From our youth.
Yeah, I would say. So good. But yeah, okay, let me look through my notes here.
Yes, I have
You got
notes
some
as
notes
well.
too?
Always.
Of course. Okay, I wrote the uncomfortable African student mix-up
Oh, yeah.
at the beginning was so lifelike. Like that, I feel like shit like that has happened in classes that I've been in.
And I literally wrote something else. We all had students we thought were adults. When she goes up to the tall girl and she's like, "Where's my whatever?" And she's like, "Get fuck off," or whatever.
Yeah, I'm thinking of one in particular from middle school.
Yeah,
I
that
don't
we
want to say her
thought
name.
were someone's parents.
Yes, you know who I'm talking about
Yes.
because we've talked about it before.
And then you're like, wait a second.
Yeah.
You're a student.
Especially the way that they like talked and dressed and stuff. They just looked like someone's older sister who's like 28. Turns out she's literally 12 or whatever. Shit
12. There's also a line in Bob's Burgers where Jean thinks Tammy's someone's mom. Oh, really? You're someone's mom. And I'm like, exactly.
You're like, we've all been there, baby. And I love the line where she's like, I've never experienced where adults didn't trust me, where they're always yelling at me. I'm like, yeah, dude, that was how it felt when you're like 16 or whatever.
Well, and I know I've said this before. Schools are built like prisons.
Yep.
Kids are treated like prisoners. Like, I go and work with prisoners in my day job. It is shocking, the similarities.
That's scary as fuck.
And it's also shocking how much resentment it engenders. And it's like, people are just think they could be assholes because people are kids, and it's like, you're treating them badly.
Yeah, you were,
but
like,
you just get away with it.
They also deserve respect because they're human beings.
But it's like, quote unquote, this is how it's always been, so we get to be assholes.
It's like, no, babe, you don't. Actually, you're a fucking asshole.
I was like cackling that Regina gets literally carried out into the field. I will say nothing like that ever happened at school.
No, not that we saw.
True. Maybe it was going on behind the scenes.
Yeah, straight up.
Maybe if we were in that inner circle.
Especially young men who were like trying to get laid at that age, because like every movie and every show and everything was about that. Like maybe there was some crazy shit like that we just never saw. I don't know.
But I was like, does this happen every day?
Every day at gym she gets carried
She's
out.
just like,
That's pretty, like, not gonna lie, fucking cool as shit.
Yeah.
At some point I want someone to do that for me. Remember that.
And Regina's so scary because like that whole scene in the cafeteria, she like basically never blinks.
And she's like, who are you? I'm like, you can tell how
spider.
creepy. Yeah, it's so scary.
Weaving her web.
I remember the first time I watched it where they had her skip her like second class or whatever. I remember thinking, oh no, they're the bad kids. And that just showed that I was judging a book by its cover, because Janice Ian was wearing like punk shit and like thick eyeliner, and I was like, oh, she's a bad person.
And she was disobeying authority.
Yeah, when I was a kid. But nope, they're the coolest, obviously.
Yeah, Janice and Damien are such a cool combo, and it's like I love that those are who she immediately befriends.
They are so fucking cool, and I forgot to tell you an idea that I had for Halloween later on. Remind me.
Okay, I love that Damien was in the girls' bathroom,
Me
just
too.
like hanging out. And when the one girl's like, "You're not so severe, Danny DeVito, I love your work,"
Yeah,
and then she just
chases
runs.
her.
Oh, it's so good.
No, he's beautiful, and I love him so fucking much. I wrote a character that's kind of similar to him in another short film I'm doing. So, anyways, I love the part where the PE teacher who's teaching sex ed is like, "Don't have sex because you will get pregnant and die." And I'm like, "Yep, that's pretty much the sex ed system here in America."
Yeah, except have we talked about this, our sex
No, we
ed
haven't.
experience?
No, we haven't.
Okay.
This is
Ladies and germs,
Yeah, this is a
buckle
little
up.
rough.
Shay and I had sex ed together in 8th grade, and it was actually a very wonderful class.
Yes. Yep.
It was very informative. The teacher was great. She was the parent of somebody at the school who was not very well liked. But everyone really liked this teacher because she was like real. She kept it honest. She was like, she would answer our questions. It was pretty like evidence-based. All in all, it was pretty good.
Yeah. All right. Yeah.
So we had, good feelings about it. Fast forward, 8 years later?
Yep.
This teacher is in the news for having sexual relations with a middle schooler.
Fucking gross. And like, hate to say it, but like added on top of just the obvious like disgusting nature of this whole story, thinking about how she looked and smelled makes me hurl. No, but respectfully gross.
But we were all like, what?
No, couldn't believe it. But you know what, I knew there was something sus about her, because do you remember how like she was talking about her child's like masturbation habits with us, and we knew who he was?
I don't remember that.
She was talking about like, I don't remember what she was talking about, but she like,
Did she say his name?
she said my son.
Ugh, and
but
it's like,
we
bitch,
all
everyone
knew,
knows who that is.
we all knew who it
How
was. 'Cause
mortifying for him.
I know, it was so sad. Like, I really did feel bad for this kid, but he was one of those kids that was like, I'm just gonna say it, like he was nerdy, but like he was like very quiet and like super just like fuck you. So if you ever try to talk to him to be nice or be like, you know what, he gets made fun of a lot, like I'll be kind to him like my mommy taught me to do, and then he just says some really mean shit.
Yeah, he
to
was
me.
actually very mean.
He
and
was
you're like,
so mean.
"Ooh, okay, never mind."
Which clearly, like at this point,
defense mechanism.
definitely defense mechanism for sure. But you know, still, when you're a kid, you don't know how to navigate that, so you're just like, well, he's mean, so fuck him. You know. But anyway, yeah, really gross and really sad.
Wild. That's all I really remember about my sex ed. I feel like we had to have had health or whatever in high school, but we didn't. I never watched that pregnancy video, that birth video. Again, this is Nevada public school, so maybe it was just substandard, but I feel like I didn't learn shit.
Yeah, and if you guys didn't know, Nevada school system is ranked, if not the last,
It's
like second to last. Okay.
I think Mississippi is the last.
Okay, well, we're second to last. So
We really try to keep up with the South and, the wildest areas.
Yeah. But at least I have charisma, so there's that going for
Yeah, I
me.
built a lot of character. We weren't learning things in school. We were just fighting.
Listen, we were fighting the plastics. We were skipping first class. We were dressing up like ex-wives. You know what I'm saying? Okay, anyway.
But I do think because there were so many rich girls at our school, we didn't have like a single standout.
No, I'd say there's like a couple. I can think of a few right now that were pretty like prominent figures, but like I wouldn't say that they were the plastics because I don't think they were like best friends and they like walked as a group, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they didn't like band together. They didn't band together.
No, they were all like their own separate beings who belonged in the same like tax bracket group, but like, you know.
Well, and it's like, I was thinking about this. It's interesting that rich people are the popular people because it's like that is just a feature of capitalism,
right?
Like that is a society we live in. The more money you have, the more powerful you are, and it's wild that that shows through in high school.
Yeah,
when it's like you didn't earn this money, you did zero to get this money, but yet you have this high status because your parents have this money.
Exactly, and because you know the things that follow under that category are also like the brands that you wear and what you drive and how your makeup is done. And all those things are based on how much money you have, like
where you're traveling, where getting all these crazy experiences that other people don't have.
Yeah, or like having an empty house because your parents are working or out of town or at a gala or some shit.
Or like the John Stamos sat next to Regina George on a plane and said she was pretty. It's like, that's because she's rich.
Exactly.
She's sitting in the same area as John Stamos.
Yeah, why the fuck would you sit next to John Stamos?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I met John Stamos once too, but I was literally working. Huh?
Where?
At Disneyland. But I had to pretend like I didn't know him because that was like a rule. If you saw celebrities, you're not supposed to act like you know who they are, because if you're a character in a movie, in a book, why would you know who John Stamos is? So, yeah, but I met him. He asked me what time it was. I went and told him, and then I told him, and then he winked at me and walked away, but he was wearing a baseball cap, and I was like, oh my God, hot. But like, I knew it was him in my heart.
Was he just a sexy IRL?
He's so fucking sexy and so nice.
He's one of like the better looking humans, I feel like, has walked this earth.
Definitely. He definitely has an Elvis thing going on.
Yeah, like Greek god looking ass.
Yeah, he is Greek, isn't he? Mm-hmm. Oh, so fucking sexy.
So was he at the restaurant you're working at, or was he like walking by?
Yeah, so I was a busser at French Market, y'all. And if you've ever been to Disney, shout out it. Like, I was always standing where the beignets and the mint juleps were.
So you were super close to Club whatever.
Club 33.
Club 33.
Yeah, I when I worked underneath washing dishes, I would often have to bring the dishes back up at the end of the night to Club 33. So I was in there by myself.
Oh my God.
Scary and haunted as fuck.
I bet.
Haunted as fuck.
I bet Disneyland is very haunted as fuck. A lot of people have died there.
A lot of people have died there, and a lot of ashes have literally been sprinkled on rides.
Oh my God, you're so right.
So, like, absolutely haunted. Like,
I hear they have to do maintenance on Pirates of the Caribbean because there's so many ashes dumped into the water because it's dark.
Yo, I don't think I ever told this story, but when I worked at Disneyland, there's... I don't want to ruin a lot of secrets, but I know there's like a rumor going around that there's like underground tunnels and blah, blah, blah. That's basically true because that's like where the kitchens are. And that's where that was my first job when I worked at Disney. And they don't label the doors, or at least they didn't at this time. And they don't give you a map. So when you're brand spanking new and you don't know where anything is, you could easily get lost. You know, you have to really memorize what hallway to go in, what door. Like, is it the second door or third door? And
do you think they do that on purpose so that like people don't give away the maps or something?
That's exactly why. Wow. That's exactly why. So like they really want to keep up their, you know, like the storybook, like fairy tale, which I understand too. That's why I don't like telling people a lot of like the secrets about D-Land. But
well, and it would be easier for you as a worker. Like it'd be fucking miserable if you had to navigate crowds just to do basic functions of your job. So it's like, I think the tunnels are like super useful.
Oh, they are. Like, and I'm so glad that we had them. The only scary thing was straight up where I worked, which was in the New Orleans area, quote unquote. So that's where Pirates is. That's where the Haunted Mansion is. That's where Club 33 is, all that. If I went through the wrong fucking door, which I almost did on one of my first days, I would have been smack dab on the actual like pirate ride. Like I would have been standing next to animatronics.
That would have been so funny to just like look over and you see Shea just like in an apron.
And I would have gotten fired immediately. Yeah. But I'm almost like, yo, that's not like, that wouldn't have been my fault.
No, I have a horrible sense of direction. I'd be busting through hella doors.
I was so scared. I had to just like wait till people came through doors, and I'd be like, is that where blah 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 is supposed to be? So anyway, yeah, that's my little story. Good times.
Yeah, I love that you worked there. I'm always like, what was it like? Tell me everything.
It's fun. I love knowing like little secret facts too. So when I do go back, which I haven't been in like maybe 3 years, I think it's been 3 years, probably like this week actually, you know, I walk through and I remember all these facts that I just picked up working there, and it's cute.
Oh my God, I want to go again, but I need approximately $3,000.
Exactly. Hey, we need $3,000, you guys.
GoFundMe/send BBWs to Disneyland.
Actually, that'd be really fun.
Maybe film content.
Yeah, that actually would be really cool.
That would be fun.
All right, well, we'll figure that out. But maybe Disney will invite us someday.
Disney, if you're listening, we'd love to go.
Yes. We would love.
I'm sure we've covered some of your movies. Maybe.
Have we covered one? Well, we covered a Disney Channel original, Eddie's $1 Million Cook-Off.
DCOM. Yeah, so we're in. You're welcome.
Yeah, free advertising because y'all know you need it.
No one knows who you are. Let's be honest, darlings.
Let's be real with each other, okay? But no, that would actually be really lit. We definitely have to go back for sure.
I've been having an itch to go back, but it's
real
so
expensive.
much money.
It's always been, but it's especially expensive now, which sucks. In this economy, get out of here.
There's a scene where Katie goes to a Halloween party, and since she like lived a normal life, she thinks like, oh, you dress up like a monster, so she's dressed up like a zombie bride, but as she calls it, an ex-wife.
I love it.
Anyone who knows me knows that I love making the joke, sounds like my ex-wife, at any chance I can.
She does, and it's always beautiful and just hilarious.
And I love how, so then after the party, Regina is like being a bitch and stealing Katie's crush, even though she knows that she likes him.
Oh, yeah.
And so they hatch their evil plan. And I fucking love Janice with a sword saying, how do you cut off a dictator? You cut off her resources. Yep. And then the 3 things she puts on are Aaron Samuels,
Man
and then
candy.
Hot body, but it's in quotes. And she goes, technically good physique, which I love.
Good
like, it's,
physique.
you know, subjective. And then Army of Skanks.
I love Janice Ian, and she was named after a real musician too.
Oh, really?
A lot of the people in this movie, Tina Fey, named after real people in her life.
Oh, I love that.
Glenn Coco.
Glenn Coco's real.
Yeah, Glenn Coco is real.
I thought they just like the cadence of 4 for you, Glenn Coco. You go, Glenn Coco.
No, he's real, and guess what his actual real name is?
Glenn Coco.
Well, he's based off of a person.
Oh, okay.
That's real. But his name is David Reel.
What?
Isn't that weird?
We know David Reel.
Yeah, we do. And he's best friends with Tina Fey's older brother.
Oh, but his name wasn't Glenn Coco.
No.
Oh, sad face.
I don't think so. I know it's lame. What did I write here? I wrote, there were a lot of Diet Coke sightings in this movie.
There really were.
Like, hello, comrades.
A lot of straws in Diet Coke cans, which I've never done.
I only do that with energy drinks if I don't have a cup of ice, which I will buy separately in order to obtain.
Does the straw like trick your mind into thinking it's colder?
I think for me, it's just like, sometimes I don't like drinking from like, especially during like the lockdown. It was a habit to get a straw if I were to get anything like that.
Makes sense. A little more sanitary.
No, I just kind of do it.
Makes sense.
And then I wrote, whenever Gretchen Wiener says irregardless at the table, I'm like,
Irregardless.
Irregardless? I'm like, no. And then also, Regina has an Avril Lavigne poster in her room that I never noticed before.
So cool. I never noticed that either.
Classic.
I was like, your room's really big. It was my parents. I made them switch me.
And I'm like, that was every girl at our school.
Mm-hmm.
For real.
So spoiled.
I wrote about how they're talking shit about their bodies and how sad that is.
Mm-hmm.
And like how real that fucking was. So sad. It makes me so sad for those girls.
Yeah, she's like, I have man shoulders. It's like, shut the fuck up.
I'm like, who told you that?
Right?
Because
like,
that's not something you would have come up with on your own 0%. So
honestly, though, sadly, and I feel like we saw this a lot, people's moms.
Absolutely.
Culprits number 1.
You are so right. And especially because a lot of the time, people's moms were the ones that were going on the fad diets or like trying to look a certain way, especially the moms at our school. They were trying to look like super fucking young.
Trying to look like their daughters and hang with the daughters.
Yeah.
We had some teachers like that.
We did. We're thinking of one in particular.
Our broadcast teacher.
So, she hated my ass. She would send students to get her Starbucks.
Yeah, I had a few teachers like that. I had multiple teachers like that.
I cannot believe.
Yeah, you were allowed to come late to my English class if you brought this bitch a Starbucks.
No fucking way.
And she drank an alarming amount of Starbucks. And she would get like black coffee, and that shit is like battery acid, and it has so much caffeine.
Oh my God. I don't know how certain people do it.
She also had a throne in her classroom.
No.
That she would sit in.
God, I'm so glad I didn't have a lot of the teachers you had. A lot of the teachers you told me about, I'm like, they seem like literal psychopaths.
Well, I think like the honors and AP teachers were like even more of a superiority complex.
Right. I never went to any of those. So.
And they were the worst.
Yeah. From everything I've heard from you and others, I'm like, nightmare fuel.
Right.
For real.
Like, who are these people?
Wow. But I know the original teacher we were talking about who tried to be like her students, I saw her IRL outside of school because she was my other best friend's next door neighbor.
Which like, dun dun dun.
Yeah, it was so weird to see her. It was like Janice says, like seeing a dog walk on its hind legs.
It is true.
It's so true.
Speaking of Janice, the homophobia in this movie is wild.
I know.
Like Regina George's whole rant about why she doesn't like Janice is like, 'cause she's a lesbian.
But you know what? I think she's secretly gay.
Regina?
I think she doth protest too much.
Mm-hmm.
That's why, like, not to be stereotypical, but let's be real. Everyone on, like, the rugby and teams, like, a lot of them were queer. Like, a lot of them ended up being queer.
And she does join the lacrosse team at the end.
See?
I could
to
see
get
it.
out a lot of inner rage, which, honestly, I think she's been holding in because she hasn't been able to come out because 2004 was a wild time to do so.
And you know that mom would have been a bitch about it.
A cunt. And the dad... Like, I know we only see the dad for a split second, but he looks racist. I'm sorry.
Yeah. We'll just
he
call
looks like
his spade a spade.
Let's be real. And they're totally not sleeping in the same bed anymore, if you know what I'm saying. But yeah, that part was sad. And also those happy hour drinks look hella bomb.
Oh, I know. And what did she say? Happy hours from 4 to 6 or something? And
that's going to be Stacy as a mom. Obviously not that, like, airheady at all because Stacy's so smart. But, like, I feel like if you were to be a human mom, you would be just as nice.
Oh, thank you.
Like, so cute.
I love giving people drinks in my house.
I know. I have
alcoholic,
2 of them right now.
Non-alcoholic, whatevs.
Hell yeah. Stacy's the host with the most. Period.
I just know I like drinks a lot. Like, sometimes I think if I could just get all of my nutrients from, like, sipping beverages, that would be sick. I think that's why I like soup so much.
Oh, my God.
I could just drink my food.
I love soup, especially if you have, like, a nice... thick sopping bread with it with butter. Yes. Oh, yeah. We've made a couple soups together.
Mm-hmm.
So
I made this bomb ass red lentil soup that I wish you tried.
Oof, that sounds good.
I'll make it again when it's not 120 degrees.
Sounds good. My mom was talking to me today about how she's like, I need to make pea soup pretty soon. I was like, ugh, because Exorcist.
Mm-hmm.
If you guys don't know, if this is your first time joining, I have a hardcore, like, anti the Exorcist movie rule in my mind because
which you talked about addressing in therapy. Is that happening?
No, not yet. We're actually covering a lot of, like, inner relationship stuff with, like, my family and things like that.
We'll get to The Exorcist.
Yep. But I've told her specifically I really want to talk about this, which we've covered a little bit, but really not much. So
gotcha.
Anyways, yeah. So my mom was like, I'm making pea soup soon. And I was like, no, because that's a huge, like, semi character in The Exorcist. He. Anyways, soup. Love it.
Mm-hmm. Another big moment is when Katie gets invited to be in the sexy Santa Claus dance. And that's when she starts widening the rift between Regina and Gretchen. Because Gretchen is always on your left. And Regina
the fact that she changed it behind the curtain, like when they're about to. Like,
she goes, right now you're getting on my last nerve. Switch. And Gretchen just fucking does it.
Dude, I know. I don't know how. Like, I would have never stood for that. But that's it. It shows, like, the power that Regina held, the evil power.
Mm-hmm. But another fun fact about our high school, we literally had, like, a slutty dance troupe that dressed up like sexy Santas.
Yes.
And they did a, like, chair routine, like a lap
you're
dance
right.
routine. And that's one of the first assemblies I ever saw. And I was like, what am I getting myself into?
You're like, where am I?
I know. I was like, is this real? Like, I thought this literally only happened in movies, but a bunch of kids and adults are watching teenage girls in Santa outfits
Giving
grind
lap
on a
dances, basically on chairs.
in an auditorium.
That's hardcore. Yeah, I actually have a slight vendetta against the fact that that team was so totally supported by staff. Gross. Where hip hop, where the majority of people were black, we would never do like quote unquote sexy dances ever. And we had one partner dance where we were dancing to it was like a Chris Brown song that wasn't slow and it wasn't sexy. It was like an upbeat song called Freeze featuring T-Pain. And for some reason we got knocked off the like one assembly one time because they said it was too sexy, and I was like, really?
Oh, get the fuck out of here.
So I was like, dude, you know what this is. Like, this is clear fucking racism. Like,
racism and sexualizing people of color, which is like,
right, yeah, they go obviously hand in hand, but I was just like, you motherfuckers. Like, we all knew what was up because we knew that the dance team was performing. Obviously not the girls' fault, but it's just like so trash.
It really is. I didn't know that. Because, yeah, hip-hop team was not really none of the other clubs were really invited to perform at every assembly the way that the cheerleaders and this dance troupe were.
Exactly. That's why, like, the leaders of hip-hop dance crew were so adamant with staff. Like, they were so, like, kind and respectful, and they would always, like, go bring them because they wanted to be seen as the same. Just even though we didn't have the funding. Obviously, the school did not fund us.
No.
Ugh. So trash. Anyway.
And it always pissed me off too because like on assembly days or game days or whatever, this dance troupe and the cheerleaders were allowed to wear their like quote unquote uniforms, and these things were short as fuck.
Yeah.
Sleeveless. And it's like they were allowed to wear that, but like if my skirt was a fucking half an inch too short, I'd be dress coded.
Oh, like every other day I was dress coded.
And it's like, are you kidding me?
Oh, I know. Dress coding, I used to work for a high school and I was like a secretary to a dean, so I very often would get like the kids that were dress coded. I would just let them go. Like straight up, I'd be like, no, you're not. Just like wait till they go back. And like, I didn't give a fuck because I was like, this is ridiculous. Like this girl is wearing basketball shorts, but for some reason they're quote unquote too short for you. Like, fuck off.
Yeah, it's like it'd be one thing if they were enforcing it, but it's like, okay, you're going to tell me that while the cheerleaders are like asses are hanging out?
Totally.
But that's their uniform?
Totally.
So it's okay?
Yeah. It's just very evident what it is, and it's so gross. And
again, power structures. And you know who can afford to cheerlead? Rich girls.
Rich people. Yep. Nobody else other than rich girls were able to cheerlead, period.
Not in Vegas.
No.
Took a lot of money.
No. Luckily, I got out my cheerleading in middle school, but I really wanted to do it in high school because I was great at it, if I do say so myself. But I knew it would just cost too much money. Like, they came and visited us and told us, like, how much it would cost to, like, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, bro, my family will not be able to afford this shit.
Yeah, and it's wild that, like, the students have to pay for it. It's like, I'm sorry, isn't this, like, for the school?
And, like, you're fucking welcome? What? Anyway, it was just complete trash, obviously.
I do kind of like that they didn't go so tropey. Like, they never were like, Regina's a cheerleader. Like, it really was just about being hot and rich.
Yeah, because there were a lot of hot, rich people at our school that weren't cheerleaders as well. So, yeah.
And I feel like they could have been just like, he's the football player and she's the cheerleader and that. And they're like, no, she's not even a cheerleader. She's just like that bitch.
A rich bitch, yeah. Yep. No, you're so right. I never thought about it like that. Oh, I wrote secret three-way calls.
Oh my God.
Definitely been part of some of those.
Yeah. I bet that still happens. Or
I don't know.
I don't know. People text so much more. Maybe there's a way to do a secret three-way text. I guess just screenshotting.
Yeah, screenshotting is the new three-way call. For sure. But yeah, before that was a thing, oof. Yo, three-way calls.
You had to be careful.
Yeah. Yeah, it's fucked. It's completely fucked. But yeah, I've been a part of some of those. It's
not to go back to the assembly.
Yeah.
But that rap that Kevin Napor has that we memorized pronto.
Let's do it. Want to do it?
Yo. Oh, you suck MCs. You got nothing on me. From my grades to my lines, I can't touch Kevin G. I'm a mathlete. So nerd is a verb, so forget what you heard. I'm like James Bond III, just a shaking not stirring Kevin Napor. The G is silent when I sneak through your door. Make love to your woman on the bathroom floor. I don't play it like Shaggy. Don't know it was me. Because the next time you see her, she'll be like, oh, Kevin G. That's enough, Kevin.
Happy holidays, everybody.
He's so cool.
He's so cute. And we knew someone that we called Kevin G, and actually still called Kevin G to this day. He is a fucking doctor, and he's
like
so
a baddie
cool.
wife.
Yeah, no, he has a gorgeous ass wife, and he's a doctor, and he's the coolest. Shout out to you, Kevin G, if you're listening. You know who you are.
Mm-hmm.
I did a painting with him and Cardi B one time. Did I tell you that?
Yes.
So
yes.
he's the coolest person ever, obviously.
He knows. Real recognize real.
Honestly. Let's see. There's a part where Regina says, "This Kleenex you used?" And I'm like, that is the most Canadian fucking sentence I've ever heard in my life.
Really?
Calling tissue Kleenex and just calling it
Like
Kleenex.
a lot of people call Kleenex.
But the way she also says it is like, "This Kleenex you used?" Like, it's so Canadian.
Interesting.
Y'all Canadians know what I'm talking about. If you hear it, you'll understand what I'm saying. It's just so Canadian. It made me laugh when I watched it yesterday.
Is she Canadian?
Mm-hmm.
Ah.
Yep.
I
That's why I was like, haha, my Canadian sis.
Didn't know that.
Also the part where she says, "I want to lose 3 pounds." I feel like I used to hear that all the time when I was a kid. Slim Fast, specifically.
Oh, yeah, they put that on their bottles. They're like, drink this for 2 weeks and you'll lose 3 pounds.
Fucked. Completely fucked.
Yeah, it is kind of sad that one of the subplots is like, we can make her unpopular by making her gain weight.
I know.
But it's like, at that time, that's true.
That was so fucking true. Absolutely.
Technically good physique.
Technically good physique. And I love the hair ribbon that Katie wears every once in a while. And I'm like, dude, that was really popping back then.
Oh my God. I remember thinking they all were like the most gorgeous girls ever. And I was like,
yeah.
oh, if I could just like, kind of had a backfire. Because it's like the point of the movie is supposed to be like, oh, it shouldn't matter. Be friends. But it's like, I definitely was like, I need to look like the plastics.
I know. Especially, there's one outfit, okay. If you guys have seen this, you know what I'm talking about. The 4 of them with Aaron Samuels are all walking in slow motion down a hallway. And it's that Missy Elliott song is playing in the background. You guys probably know what scene I'm talking about. But the outfit that Katie was wearing in this scene, I wanted to recreate it so fucking bad. I like lost my mind.
Was it like the little plaid skirt, like light blue?
Yeah, it's like a pastel
ensemble.
Yep, it's a pastel skirt that like flared out because it had like slight tulle underneath, and she was wearing like a tight pink tank top with like a sky blue velour track like zip up hoodie over it with like these dope ass heels. And I'm clearly still obsessed. I can tell you exactly what the outfit was.
Like I'm still chasing that high.
No, like I'm chasing that dragon. Like the coolest outfit I think I've still ever seen. I fucking love that fit.
Oh, and her party outfit, that like black dress with the pink stripe, and you could like see her bra underneath. I was like, that is hot.
Yeah, like that's the
like that is the fucking height of cool girl.
With the ribbon tied around
oh
her
yeah
neck.
Yes,
which again, so popular at that
and, like
time.
almost like a mullety long hairstyle.
I love her hair in that fucking
it's so
movie.
beautiful.
Oh,
one thing I noticed about Lindsay Lolo that I did not notice before is she has the most adorable lip freckle.
I knew you were gonna bring that up because I noticed.
Did it stand out to you this time too?
Yes.
I feel like I've never really noticed it.
No, I never really noticed it too until
Are
I
our
watched
TVs
it.
getting more powerful? Is that what's happening?
Maybe we're just appreciating the little things now.
Maybe. I was like, this is adorable.
Yeah, she has. Someone recently brought up that I have a freckle right here that I didn't realize I had, and I was like, oh my God, it's like right on the corner of my mouth. I never realized it was there. Very, very cute. But I love her little lip freckle too. They're so pretty.
Yeah, this really was like, it was really right after this that it all started crashing down.
Yeah. Like after the scene, you mean?
No, after this movie, I feel like Lindsay Lohan started.
Oh yeah, because her
doing
fame
bad girl
really,
stuff.
Yeah,
because she was 17 and famous, and that will always mess you up.
And I'm pretty sure at this time when she was fucking 17, I think this is when she was dating Wilmer Valderrama, who is a repeated offender for dating people who are literally 17.
I did not know that.
Yeah. So Demi Lovato, she has a song out right now. It's called 29 because she finally, they reached 29, right? Like that's how old they are now. And that's the age that Wilmer was when he dated them, but they were 17. So they're just like, the song is basically saying like
realizing
I'm
like
finally
whoa.
29 and I'm realizing what the fuck.
Yeah, I would never date a 17.
Yeah, like I never think about it, but he did it like 3 or 4 times with her and Lindsay, and then like a couple other people that I can't think of right now. But Mandy Moore. Yeah, really gross.
Yeah,
really
sounds
disgusting.
like a sex addict too, because they're able to like manipulate people. Because I'm like, he wasn't that famous or like
No.
what? Like how did he have this power over the hottest young stars?
It was just that 70s show, right?
Yeah.
Mm.
And the age difference.
True. Yeah.
He's like, I'm older and wiser, and it's like,
But like I remember being like, and they touch it in this movie too about the teacher,
yeah, Coach Carr
Coach fucking Carr.
and Trang Pak.
I think you probably knew just as well as I did that there were teachers at our fucking school that were absolutely sleeping with students, and it was just like well-known information.
Yeah, and I was like, hee hee, and I was like, what?
Yeah, thinking about it now, I'm like, what? And this teacher that I'm thinking of specifically was older, like not like our age now. He was like in his 40s, maybe.
I think you're right.
That's so fucking sad, disgusting. Anyway,
and people were like mean about the girls,
I know,
and it's like they're the victims here.
oh, absolutely. But when we were young, we didn't see other girls as the victim, even though they absolutely were, obviously.
Yeah, because we all bought into the myth of like, once a girl does sexual things, she's a slut.
Oh yeah,
and
definitely.
has everything that's coming to her.
Yep. Which obviously, especially, like I literally wrote students and teachers, gross, like in all caps. Disgusting.
I did write Aaron Samuels is insanely hot. Like, I remember being in love with him.
Me too. And you know what? They actually cast him because they thought that he looked like a young Jimmy Fallon, which I kind of see.
Ah, I can see that. But he's got like a perfectly symmetrical face.
Yeah, he's beautiful. He's like, especially the first time you see him where he's like, do you have a pencil I could borrow? I'm like, he's the student you wanted to sit in front of you for sure.
No wonder she fell in love.
Yeah. And he's like cute. All he cares about is his mom and school and his friends. I'm like,
is that bad?
Is that bad? He sounds fucking perfect. I wrote Miss Norbury working 3 jobs is horseshit.
I know, but it's so accurate.
It's so accurate about teachers. I'm so glad that they put that in there because, yo, if you're a teacher, shout out to fucking you because holy shit.
You're doing the most. You're constantly under attack. Now everyone's accusing you of being like a groomer.
Yeah, like in what fucking way? Shut the fuck up. Thank you for everything you do. Thank you for your service. And the OG title of the movie was supposed to be Homeschooled.
Really?
Yep.
Oh, I Mean Girls is so much better.
So much better. I think it really touches like the main focus here. And what else did I write here? Oh, and I wrote that Rachel McAdams was only 7 years younger than Amy Poehler, who was playing her mom.
Oh my gosh, really?
Yep. But they wanted someone older for the role because they wanted the other actors to kind of be like slightly intimidating or intimidated by her. So, yeah, it makes sense.
And it is that phenomena of like, yeah, the rich girls look like full-grown adults because they have like makeup and the hair and the clothes. And
yeah, they like fully mature themselves because when we were 12, no,
not
doesn't
so
compare
much
with when other kids were.
Or when Gretchen was like, oh, she had a nose job. It's like, yeah, we went to high school. The girls got nose jobs.
Yeah, that's true.
And it's like, it's wild to think about.
It is wild to think about.
You're not even like done growing.
No, shit is wild. Shit is wild.
What else did I write?
Yeah, those were the only. Oh wait, and I wrote also. Oh, sorry, just stabbed the computer. I wrote the part where it said Amber D'Alessio made out with a hot dog. It was It was supposed to be gave a blowjob to a hot dog, but they wanted to keep it PG-13, so they had to change it.
That was one time.
It was one
time. When Regina screams. That like long scream, it's so good. I was like, Regina is that bitch. Her revenge plot is so smart.
It is.
Like, I was
every
like,
time
she
I watch
is so smart.
Every
she's
time I watch
diabolical, and just her confidence when she's like throwing the sheets around. I'm like, that's why she's that bitch.
Yeah,
there's something about her.
Yeah, she just doesn't give up.
She's predatory.
She's relentless.
Yes,
she's evil. Clearly,
single-minded focus.
She gets what she wants.
I love when Gretchen is being questioned by the principal and she goes, I really can't say anymore until my lawyer or my parents are present. And I was like, smart bitch.
Yeah, I literally thought of you in that moment. I'm like, that's exactly what Stacy would have wanted.
Children, teach them young.
Yep. And I love that her father is the inventor of toaster strudel because that sounds
should
delish.
Tell people that. I love toaster strudel.
Me too.
What's your favorite flavor?
Definitely like the strawberry or like raspberry flavor.
Say raspberry's mine.
Yeah.
So good.
I'm a big fan of raspberry. I'm so excited for you to try
dark.
Uncrustables, by the way.
I'm going to try Uncrustables for the first time at Shrek Fest, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be amazing.
We're going to film it. It'll be fucking gorgina. So excited.
I did not love all the girl victim blaming at the end by the principal and Tina Fey.
Yeah.
Like, I hate the line where she's like, you can't call each other sluts and whores because then it makes it okay for guys to call you sluts and whores. I'm like, it doesn't.
No, I'm like, no one just should in general. What the fuck?
Or, like, girls can call each other bitches lovingly all day.
Yeah.
Doesn't
or sluts lovingly.
make it okay.
Or whores lovingly,
Exactly.
actually.
Right. Doesn't have nothing to do with them.
Nope. You can fucking
So
relax.
I didn't like that. I was like, can we talk about why girls feel all this insane pressure? Because it's not their fault. It's society's.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So can we address that?
It's your fault that they're calling you this. It's like, no, the fuck it's not, bitch. What?
Or like, you guys are bitchy and talking to each other about it. It's like, can we talk about why?
Right.
There's this insane pressure and hierarchy. The patriarchy, indeed.
Exactly.
Not a single mention, so I didn't like that.
Nope.
That bus is mad negligent when it mows over Regina. I was like, holy.
And almost the other three girls at the very end.
Yeah, there's like a manic bus driver hopped up on something in the school district, and they're going unchecked.
And I'm like, how fast are you also driving? They look like they're going like 90 miles.
Exactly. I'm like, you're outside of a school.
Oh my God.
I'm like, can we launch an investigation into this crazed bus driver?
I know. Somehow they're blaming Katie when it's like, she wasn't driving the fucking bus. How did you not see her? She's wearing black in the pure daylight.
Yeah, and if a kid's in the middle of the street, you shouldn't be going 90. Just a thought.
I never thought about that.
In
Oh
a
my
bus.
God. That is horrifying.
The George family just got even richer because that is going to be a fatty settlement.
Oh, hard fucking core. Shit is lit.
And then I do like that Katie's parents look like normal people.
Me too. I was thinking that too. Like the mom isn't just like airbrush.
Like, I'm normal, mom, and it's like, you look like a fucking supermodel. Like,
Yeah.
you look like a genuine normal person.
Yeah, exactly. Both of them do, and I love that very much.
And the
I
dad's so cute where he doesn't know what grounded means.
He's like, you're grounded, and then they can't go out when they're grounded. I'm like, oh my God, that's
And I was
adorable.
like, clueless dad trope.
So sweet. I love them, and I love again. Another Letterman jacket sighting.
The mathlete jackets are so cool.
So fucking cool.
And they were in our colors, blue and yellow.
Blue and yellow. They were our
Blockbuster colors.
Yeah, those are Blockbuster colors. Baby. Such a good combination for high school. Ours was good too. We had green and black, which was pretty sick.
Yeah, our poor friend had yellow and brown. Rough. Yeah, toilet bowl school.
Literal rough-a-roni. That's horrifying.
Yeah.
Shout out to all y'all.
You guys suffered inside.
This is a safe space. You can come to us to cry.
We're so sorry.
We understand. And what else was I going to bring up? I like at the end how it all just worked. Janice and what's his name?
Kevin Napor.
No, well yes, but her best friend.
Damien.
Damien. The fact that they kiss and they're like, no. I'm like, I think that makes sense. 'Cause
Yeah.
I feel like that
People
probably
are
happened a lot.
experimenting.
Just
Yeah.
experiencing what's up, you know? I know I definitely did that.
And they won't know until they try.
Exactly. But I love that she ends up with Kevin G. I just wish that Damien could have ended up with someone cool.
Yeah, they don't really show him. But I guess it was more focused on the ladies.
True, that's true. But yeah, it's such a good ending. It's so cute. It really is wrapped up with a nice bow. And like we mentioned, like Regina starts playing, you said lacrosse, right? So she starts playing lacrosse to get all her anger out. Oh, I don't like that the N-word was put on the screen by non-black people.
Yo, on Netflix, it's not there.
Oh, okay.
They took it off.
Okay. It was definitely there when I watched it this time, and I completely...
On Netflix?
Not on Netflix.
Okay.
I watched it on Roku.
Okay. Yeah. They took it off, and I was like, smart.
Did they say anything in place of it, or just please?
No, she's just speaking the other language, and there's no translation.
Oh, cool. Okay. Whew. Yeah. I was reading it, and I was like, wow, I forgot about that.
Yeah, because I was waiting for it, and I was like, ready to cringe, and I was like, oh my God, they smartly were just like, we're just gonna
That's so
not
smart.
put those subtitles.
Good for you. Yeah, that weirded me out. And then, no, I liked the tie-in at the end. Gretchen Wieners ends up with the cool Asian group, which again, questionable, but you know, you do you. And then Karen tells the weather with her tits.
There's a 30% chance that it's already raining. And she's like getting covered in rain.
And she's like smiling so big.
Shay and I did the ESPN monologue a lot as youths.
Oh God, we went. Oh yeah, we did. It's like,
Not monologue, dialogue.
It was fantastic. We need to do it again.
You must be good at something.
I can put my whole fist in my mouth. Want to see?
She goes, you're not stupid. She goes, no, I really am.
I'm failing almost everything.
I do love it's like, what's so good about being smart? Stupid people deserve love too.
Yeah. And I love that she's like, you want to go to Taco Bell?
I can't go to Taco Bell, Karen. I'm on an all-carb diet. God, you're so stupid. And as she's walking away, she goes, no one understands me.
And then Gretchen's like, I understand you. Like,
you can talk to me.
Shut the fuck up, Gretchen. Oh,
I love Gretchen. Gretchen really stuck out to me this viewing. I'm not sure why.
She's gorgeous. Beyond gorgeous.
I think she's just a really good actress in this.
She is very good at acting, too. And the fact that she's Liza Thornberry just has, like, another place in my heart.
Cherry on top.
She has a very specific voice, which is cute. I love it.
Well, it's interesting that the Regina George, Rachel McAdams, has had such a robust acting career, like continuing. And it seems like the chick who plays Gretchen, not so much. Amanda Seyfried really has had a lot of roles since then. A lot. Lindsay Lohan, not so much, but mostly personal turmoil related.
True. And she's like doing other shit too, which is cool. Like opening that like club in Greece or whatever.
And trying to kidnap those children. Did you hear about that?
No.
Yeah, she tried to liberate some children from some parents that she thought were unfit. Just walking along the street in New York.
What?
And they like beat her ass, I want to say. And we're like, get off my kids.
That's good.
And the cops had to come and be like, Lindsay Lohan, you cannot just take children off the street because you think that they're being abused or whatever.
That is so fucking weird.
She's really Karening out there.
That seems a little unwell.
Yeah.
Steve.
No, I think she's probably like got permanent damage from being a child star.
Which I think most of them probably do, and no wonder.
And what I think is sad is I feel like I see a pattern where child stars go a little off the deep end, but then they get so heavily medicated. And when you're on antipsychotics to that degree for too long, like it can leave permanent damage.
Absolutely. I can't even imagine
and I
what
feel
that's
really
like.
bad.
Yeah, that's sad.
That's like, and you see like the kind of vacant, weird effect, and that's from too much antipsychotics.
Yeah.
Like Britney Spears, I feel like Lindsay Lohan.
And Amanda Bynes.
Yeah, like it. I think they just forcibly medicated these girls to a unhealthy extent.
Yeah, I think Macaulay Culkin was like that too, and he like quote unquote cleaned up his act or whatever since then. But yeah, no, it's fucking sad, and it's understandable as fuck. Like I can't imagine being that young and having to navigate like everyone knowing who the fuck you are and just like employing your parents and shit. Like that's.
Especially being a woman, like I'm sure they look back and are like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah, too much responsibility
and
as
the abuse and exploitation, and
yeah,
we're just coming to terms with how many perverts were around you.
Yeah, like even people with Millie Bobby Brown who were counting down the days until she turned 18.
Right, and when you're in it, when you're a kid, like we would get catcalled walking down the street, and we'd be like, "Oh, ha, ha, ha," like, "Ooh, funny, exciting," because you're a kid, you don't know any better. And it's only when you get older that you look back that you're like, "What?"
I got catcalled the most when I was a child.
Yes,
like when I was like 11.
Disgusting.
And we absolutely looked like children.
Oh yeah, we were not looking like adults out here.
No,
we looked like little babies.
No, so
yeah,
and they
wolf
were grown
whistled,
men.
Yelled at, hit on. Yeah. And in the moment, you're like, wow, like men think I'm attractive. This is what society tells me is good. And then, yeah, you have to grow up and be like, what?
Yeah, I was literally chased by like 5 grown men when I was like 13, 14. So fucking gross.
Yeah, and so like them, like times 1,000, I'm sure too. Like all the creepy dudes that were like trying to get in their business.
Yep.
Ooh.
Yep. No, it's so fucking gross. I'm really glad that they did touch on a little bit of that in this movie, and I know they made a joke out of it, which is like fucked, but I'm glad that they at least touched on it. Like this is a real thing that fucking happens a lot. Like grown men are out here. So anyways, beyond that note, do
you have some trivia?
I do.
Yay.
Okay, let's see here. Okay, who said on Wednesdays we wear pink? Gretchen, Regina, Karen, or Katie?
It's Karen, right? Yay.
What did Gretchen get for Hanukkah?
A pair of really nice white gold hoop earrings.
Perfect. Who was voted Spring Fling King?
Oh my God, Shane Owens. Right?
Shane Omen. Yep.
Oh, Omen.
Yep.
Bad.
Finish this line. Quote, is blank a carb?
Butter.
Yep. Nailed it. Who said this originally? It's not my fault you're in love with me or something. Katie Heron, Aaron Samuels, Janice Ian, or Regina George?
Well,
no. Who said this?
okay, I was like Katie, but I don't know if.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. Which costume did Regina George wear to the Halloween party?
Oh, didn't you hear you're supposed to wear a costume?
Yep.
She's a bunny, right?
That's right.
Mm-hmm. No, wait, no, or Karen's a bunny. Are they both bunnies?
No.
Karen's a mouse.
Yeah,
Oh my
mouse,
God,
duh.
I can't believe I forgot that one. I'm a mouse. Duh.
I'm a mouse, duh. Finish the quote. Quote, you could try blank. TJ Maxx, Marshalls, Macy's, or Sears.
Oh my God, you could try.
It's when Regina's at
You know, I know when. I don't remember. Is it Sears?
Yeah.
Okay.
Perfect. That's a hard one.
Sears.
What was Katie's answer in the first round of the Mathlete State Championship? -1, 0, 2.1146, or none of the above?
It was -1, and it was wrong. Boop. These are hard questions.
I know. I didn't come up with these, by the way. I'm looking.
Oh, okay. I was like, what?
Nope. I completely forgot.
Let's shout them out. What quiz are you using?
BuzzFeed, baby.
Oh, yeah.
Always. The quizzes that we mostly try to use are BuzzFeed because they're actually good. What did Damien sing at the talent show?
You are beautiful in every single way.
Yes. And how many candy canes did Glen Coco get?
4 for you, Glen Coco. You go, Glen Coco.
Perfect. Yay! That was the end.
Oh,
got
nice.
9 out of 10, baby.
Dang. Okay, and I found the BuzzFeed Which Mean Girls character are you?
Fuck yeah. Oh my God.
Okay.
Oh my God, I'm
quiz
so
you
excited.
First. Okay. Pick a movie. Matilda. Friday the 13th. Slumdog Millionaire. Singing in the Rain. Raging Bull. Heathers. Coming to America. The Nutty Professor. Varsity Blues.
The Nutty Professor, baby.
Oh my gosh, yes. We should do that one.
Yes.
Pick a holiday. Halloween, Christmas, Hanukkah, Arbor Day, Earth Day, Veterans Day, Thanksgiving, President's Day, Mother's Day.
Oof. I'm between Thanksgiving for the food specifically and Halloween. But I'll go with Halloween.
Halloween. All right. You spend your Friday nights working, hanging with family, binge watching Netflix, getting laid, getting high, eating your feelings, hanging with your bros, getting drunk, or watching a movie with friends.
I mean, it's a combination of getting high and watching a movie with friends. So I will say watch a movie with friends.
Watch a movie with friends.
Or talking about movies with my best friend.
Aw, dun dun dun, my wife. Pick a sport. Soccer, cycling, boxing, no sport. Cheerleading, figure skating, cricket, curling, lacrosse.
Damn. I'll choose... I was going to choose boxing, but I'll just choose no sport.
No sport.
No sport.
How do you stay in shape? Playing sports, Pilates, yoga, P90X, you don't, sex, hiking, lifting, treadmill.
I want to say sex, so I'm just going to say that.
Pick a Power Ranger. Yellow, blue, red, pink, black, or green.
Green was the first one that popped out.
Green. Favorite drink. Cosmo, water, natty ice, chocolate milk, strawberry milk, red wine, Jello shots, scotch, or craft beer.
Chocolate milk.
Yummy.
Out of this list? Hell yeah.
Pick a food. Tacos, chocolate, burritos, hamburgers, hot dogs, Chinese, Indian, cake, Cheerios.
Indian.
Oh, yeah, like say no
Indian.
more.
If there were sushi, I would choose that. That's my top favorite, but I love Indian food. I know Stacy does too.
We should get it again. It's been a while.
We should. We have a date spot we like to go to.
I like that place.
It's so good.
All right. How would you describe yourself? Creative, loyal, loving, sincere, selfish, controlling, misunderstood, courageous, or friendly?
Probably creative, I suppose.
Yeah, baby. You got Regina George.
What?
You're extremely determined and will do anything to reach success. You're like laughing. You're also a little controlling, but that's totally okay because it's just proof that you'll go far in life.
Interesting.
All right. I'm so excited, Regina, you queen bee.
That's fucking
You are that
hilarious.
bitch, so it makes sense.
Oh, thank you, Stacy. I don't think I'm her for those reasons at all. Okay, pick a movie. Matilda, Friday the 13th.
Matilda.
I knew you were going to pick that. Pick a holiday. Halloween.
Christmas.
Okay. I don't know why I didn't pick that, actually. I didn't think that was a choice for some reason. You spend your Friday nights working, hanging with family, binge watching Netflix, getting laid, getting high, eating your feelings, hanging with your bros, getting drunk, or watching a movie with friends.
Oh my God, variety is the spice of life. Like, I really do, like, rotate amongst those.
Yeah.
So let's do watching a movie with friends since we're talking about movies with friends.
Cutie. Pick a sport. Soccer, cycling, boxing, no sport, cheerleading, figure skating, cricket. Wait, why did it do this? Okay. Cricket, curling, or lacrosse.
I don't remember. No sport. I'm with you. I just, it's not a sporty spice.
How do you stay in shape? Playing sports, Pilates, yoga, P90X, you don't, sex, hiking, lifting, or treadmill.
It's a combo of you don't and yoga. Let's go with yoga.
Okay. Yes, you do, my queen. Pick a Power Ranger. Yellow, blue, red, pink, black, or green.
Gotta go with my pink girl.
Yeah, love her. Kimberly, I think is her name.
Mm-hmm.
Favorite drink? Cosmo, water, natty ice, chocolate milk, strawberry milk, red wine, Jello shots, scotch, or craft beer.
Craft beer.
Ooh. Pick a food. Tacos, chocolate, burritos, hamburgers, hot dogs, Chinese, Indian, cake, or Cheerios.
Indian. I'm with you. It sounds fucking good right now.
It does sound so fucking good. Some cheese or fucking garlic naan.
Oh, yeah.
Sounds so good. How would you describe yourself? Creative, loyal, loving, sincere, selfish, controlling, misunderstood, courageous, or friendly?
I'm going to go with courageous.
Yes.
That's how I'm feeling tonight.
Katie Heron.
Oh
You're
my God.
so gruel.
We're Regina and Katie.
Yep. Through new situations, excuse me, new situations aren't easy for you. You find a way to thrive no matter what. You're honest and friendly, and that's why people love you.
Wow.
And you're gorgeous.
Oh, thanks.
They didn't include
We're
that, but
hot
I did.
bitches. Yeah.
I can't believe I'm Regina. I wonder what answers made that the reality.
Yeah, I don't know.
You don't even, like, none of my answers were really
Green Power Ranger in Halloween?
maybe, I guess so.
Screams Regina.
You're right. What was I thinking? Should have.
And like, yeah, what made me Katie? The yoga?
Maybe, yeah. But I never saw her do goddamn yoga. Who knows?
And I feel like they were trying to set up all the Indian subcontinent ones to be Kevin Kapoor.
I know. Oh, I didn't
felt
think
a
about
little,
that. That's fucked.
Like Slumdog Millionaire. And, you know
I didn't even think about
Cricket.
that. Wow. Fucked.
You know what? People from that part of the world can like other things.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Wow, BuzzFeed.
Maybe
I thought
I'm
we
wrong.
could trust
Maybe I'm wrong.
No.
But I bet if I picked all of them,
No, you're probably right.
should I try?
Let's, yeah.
We're
You know
gonna
what? We're going
call
to test this out.
BuzzFeed on their bullshit. Please
Uh-oh.
hold for brief intermish.
And BuzzFeed, if this is the fucking reality, bruh, it's over between us. We thought we could trust you.
Yep, I got Kevin Kapoor.
No fucking way.
It says you're
dude.
smart, witty, and an undercover badass. You work really hard, and you'll probably be rich one day. So everyone from high school will be secretly jealous of your future success. Also
Wow.
very stereotypical.
Very stereotypical. That's so fucked up. Wow, BuzzFeed.
Way to reduce him to his ethnic background.
We're taking our quizzes elsewhere. No, we won't.
Probably
But
not.
we're angry about this one.
It was from 2014, a less aware time.
Okay. I'll give them, okay, fine.
Fine.
But anyway, wow. We have
Another one in the book.
Wait, so this is the final back to school episode, right?
This is the end of back to school. If you have little ones or you are a teacher or school affects you, we hope it's been an okay first month.
We really do. We hope that you continue with this journey in a positive, as easy as it can be light. And we believe in you.
Because now that I'm out of school, sometimes I do look fondly and I'm like, that was good times. When you're in it, you're like, fuck this.
This fucking sucks. Yeah, absolutely. So shout out to you.
Shout out to you.
You are amazing and we love you.
And we support you.
Should we tell them what the next theme is going to be?
Oh my God, y'all. This
We're
theme
excited.
I've been excited about since we started this podcast because it hit me like a bolt of lightning.
Yeah, Stacy was the one. Obviously, she's the one with she's the woman with the plan.
So Shea and I, huge Brendan Fraser fans.
Giant Brendan Fraser fans, unlike
how
some
fierce you
other
are right
people we fucking know. And I'm angry about it because the only reason people are haters about him is because he has been aging, because he's a human being, and because he's fat now. And all of a sudden people are haters on him when he's still sexy and cool. So fuck you.
And he's had a rough time in Hollywood, which we will get into next month. But
Absolutely.
it hit me that we could do a whole month about Brendan Fraser in the fall. And what are we going to call it? Brendan Falger.
Exactly.
Bam. Get fucking ready.
Get fucking wrecked, you guys. If you don't like Brendan Fraser, which I'm sure you listeners obviously love him.
You know, you're smart and cool.
You're really smart and cool and sexy, might I add. We love your outfit today. You look great.
So good.
And you're dope. But anyway, thank you so much. Oh, also, if you're listening to this gas station attendant I met last night, thank you for listening. I told someone about I was getting my little DC on, you know what I'm saying? And I went to the gas
DC?
station. Diet Coke.
Oh, I was like, I don't know what that means.
I went to the gas station and the gas station attendant was like, oh, I love working at night because I listen to a bunch of podcasts. And I was like, oh yeah, because I happen to have one.
You should mention.
He looked it up. He added us. So if you're listening to this, just know I see you. Thank you
fucking
again.
real. We love you.
But yeah, we love all y'all. We're so excited for next month for Brendan Falger. And next week is literally Shrek Fest.
Oh my God.
So we're just so excited. And again, we just want to thank you from the bottom of our hearts because without you, we could not have done the 0%.
Thank you. Do you remember that song? Natalie Merchant.
No, I was just going along.
She was like an Enya queen. Same circles.
Loves it. Well, we thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And can't wait to see you next week.
Catch you on the flip side.
Love you. Bye.
Bye.